Hi, my name is Janet Pipes. Have you ever thought taking your mother to lunch was a felony? Well, there's a lady named Barbara Stone currently incarcerated for doing just that. Why, do you ask? Surely there's a catch. Yes, there's a catch. Her mother was in guardianship. There's a book called Guardianship Fraud by Michael Larson. You need to read it. What has happened is, and I'll tell you what the FBI says about this crime. These are the red flags. They don't want you visiting your parent if they're in guardianship. Once they're in guardianship, their funds disappear. They don't really feed them. They don't take care of them. They usually stick a feeding tube in them because they don't want anybody to take them out of the nursing home. And who are these people in guardianship? They could be any of us. My friend was just 63 years old. His wife drugged him, took him to court, had him declared a vulnerable adult. That was the end of his life. He had inherited $20 million, unfortunately. But it's all gone. They took it. They killed him. With the lady who took her mother to lunch, she found her mother emaciated in the hospital. She got her, no, nursing home, please forgive me. Got her in her car, took her to lunch, and they pulled her over and put her in jail. They took her mother to the hospital where it was substantiated that she had bruises, that she had fractures, she was malnourished because the guardian wasn't feeding her. My friend was finally let out. The judge told her not to tell anyone. Now, this is the interesting part. She was an attorney. She had an obligation to report a crime as an officer of the court. But she couldn't because the judge had told her no. And yet this is her mother. So what did she do? She went, of course, to the FBI and to the law enforcement, and the judge threw her in jail again. No charge, just threw her in jail. She was furious. They wouldn't let her see her mom. She went back to the FBI, threw her in jail again. Her mother's now already had almost $2 million taken from her. Barbara goes back to law enforcement. They throw her in jail again, where she sat for 3 weeks in Florida, Miami-Dade County. Finally, she had a chance to get out of jail if she went into probation. Her thought at this point, by this point, she's having PTSD from being thrown in jail, from being scared to death her mother's being killed, and she figures that's what they're going to do to her. So she leaves and goes to another state, where after a year they pick her up, and now she's in jail waiting extradition. This can happen. If you've got a parent in guardianship and you want to see them and you want to help them, you will get thrown in jail. They call it custodial interference. Here's a sample right here of 3 custodial interference. What you see is a picture of Chris Nanios, former Pima County Sheriff, and Barbara LaWall, Pima County Attorney. See, they're holding signs. One sign says, "Mom's Lives Matters." The other sign says, "No excuse for abuse." You would think, oh, law enforcement's going to do something about this crime. No, they're not. Perhaps the signs are for release of Barbara Stone, who is currently incarcerated in the Pima County Jail for taking her mother to lunch in Florida. They jailed her for custodial interference. Or maybe it was for another lady who saved the life of a child being raped in a group home in Tucson. She was jailed for custodial interference. Or maybe they're holding the signs because they should check out the Atria nursing home in Tucson, where a World War II vet named Robert Paulin has complained of bed sores for weeks. His daughter is only allowed to see him a few hours a week, or she will be charged with custodial interference. This is the difficulty. Guardianship fraud tells about these cases. Articles by journalists across the United States. Journalists from all over. This is an international crime. This is a multi-billion-dollar a year crime. Get involved. Find out about it. We don't want this to happen to anybody else. These are the perils of retirement. Retirement isn't that far off for many people, but it can be dangerous because there are people who prey on the elderly, especially if they have money. Good luck to you. I'm sorry it happens. Go to www.guardianabusecases.com. Best wishes. Bye-bye.